Visual difference, you see? And so for breakfast, Sam has 3 scoops of cereal into a bowl with 3 cups of freaking milk. Coach Greg, in today's video, has Sam Sulek learned anything? Well, today's video, we're going to find out, as it's a full day of eating. Is he eating the same thing? Cinnamon Toast Crunch, chocolate milk, and donuts, and Five Guys? Well, stay tuned to find out.
Portion 1 of breakfast, 3 scoops of, really any kind of cereal. So this puts me at 150 grams of carbs, including the calories and the carbs from the 3 cups of milk.
What on earth is he talking about? 150 carbs, of which 3 cups is milk. And so essentially he's got nearly an entire liter of milk. He's got a bowl the size of my popcorn container, and he claims there's only 150 grams of carbs. And so by 3 scoops, did he mean 3 boxes? And so he said 3 scoops. Sam, it's supposed to be 3 cups. This a scoop. And so 3 scoops of cereal for breakfast, of any kind of cereal that I want, makes a big difference. Big difference between a cup and a scoop. Visual difference, you see? And so for breakfast, Sam has 3 scoops of cereal into a bowl with 3 cups of freaking milk. Well, it's better than his chocolate milk, but it's still inaccurate. 3 scoops, Sam. What are you doing right now? And so I have 3 scoops of rice for lunch. And so bulking can be dangerous. Please bulk responsibly. Can be a choking hazard. And so I'm a bigger throat though than even Nicocado Avocado.
3 steps ahead. 3 steps ahead.
The morning meal is always going to look reasonably similar, about 150 or so grams of carbs, as many grams of fat as just necessary with whatever I'm eating.
3 scoops of cereal has more than 150 grams. Sorry to burst your bubble. Just like the weed stock market. Bro's 3 scoops ahead of all of us.
Including the calories and the carbs from the 3 cups of milk, which isn't something to neglect, man. 3 cups of milk has like 36 grams of carbs.
Well, 3 cups of my milk has 18 grams of carbs and 42 grams of protein. But why would Sam Sulek ever listen to Coach Greg's bulking advice? I mean, he has a whole 24 grams of protein in his breakfast. Sam, if you had 3 scoops of Fairlife skim milk, you'd have 42 grams of protein from the milk alone. That's without the 3 scoops of cereal, and you wouldn't even need to eat eggs after that. But no, Coach Greg doesn't know anything about bulking. I've been bulking before you were born, Sam.
So this will be portion 1 plus 2 liters of water with some electrolytes.
And so bro's gonna drink 2 liters of water and 3 cups of milk for breakfast? That's 2.75 liters. Sam, that's a lot of liquid. That's more liquid than most people consume in an entire day. And he's having all of this for breakfast.
I'll probably add 5 eggs.
And so 5 eggs times 7 grams of protein, about 35 grams plus the 24, about 60 grams of protein for breakfast.
I would be lying if I didn't tell you that right after I had that bowl of cereal and I laid down on the couch, I took a 45-minute nap.
So after having 3 scoops of cereal, I took a nap. Not gonna lie, boys, I took a nap. And so perhaps, Sam, you want to add to that some Turk Builder and some GO2 Max. It can give you more energy, more aggression. You'll be able to train harder than last time. Help you both in the gym doing cardio, which you love to do, as well as to help you lift heavier weights. And so, Sam, what are you waiting for? Make the bulk better than last time. Get on GO2 Max and Turk Builder. Code Greg, 15% off. Click the link in the description.
So I guess this is breakfast part 2. 2 bagels. I'd go kind of crazy with the cream cheese, like quarter block per bagel.
And so it's now time for breakfast part 2. Most of us in the world, we eat breakfast, and then if we go for a nap or we do something, we come back, we call it meal 2. When part 2 involves 2 bagels and a quarter of a block of cream cheese, it's a lot. That's a full meal. And so he's saying it's part 1 and part 2 of breakfast. Call it what you will. It's a lot of freaking food. 2 bagels. Bagels usually have 250, 300 calories each. And a quarter block of cream cheese on each bagel. On average, there's 200 calories in a quarter block of cream cheese. And so he's having 200 calories of cream cheese on not one, but 2 bagels. And that's part 2 of his breakfast. Remember, that's after 3 scoops of cereal. And he's got a bowl of eggs. Quarter block of cream cheese per bagel is downright diabolical. Most people are saying 2 teaspoons, 1.5 tablespoons. He's going by quarter blocks.
If you ever cook eggs, at least like scrambled with the yolks and everything else, it kind of gets a little bit of a dryness to it, you know? Whereas if you sprinkle on some kind of cheese of your liking, it pretty much stays moist the whole time.
Yeah, we all like it moist, Sam. Who wants to be rolled in flour to find a wet spot? We like it damp, we like it moist. And so drier than last time, it ain't it. And so what he suggests is put cheese onto your eggs. But no, Coach Greg can't get any weight. 188 pounds this morning. Up 7.4 pounds for when I started my last cycle of Turk Builder. And do I look like I got fat?
You shredded. Trust me, bro.
You see that, guys. The striations in the chest are real. It's not cap. And so, no, my Turk Builder doesn't work. Test everyone's Turk Builder and see. Who has the real Turk from Uzbekistan? Not the Chinese shit that most companies are buying. From Uzbekistan. And we have a money back guarantee. And so if you buy it and it doesn't work, you don't like it, you get your money back. Stop complaining.
If I can't actually just sit here and get it down reasonably quick, like if it becomes a chore to really eat a certain kind of meal, then I'm probably not going to want to do it.
That's what she said.
Having everything spread out evenly throughout the day, more kind of complex, legitimate carbs, not just all sweets, things like that are what you should be aiming for.
And so Sam is saying, look, it's better to spread out your meals in throughout the day, not to just eat a bunch of sugar and shit, and that if you do that, it's going to be a lot easier to bulk effectively. And so stop listening to people that just say, eat whatever you want. Donuts, cinnamon toast, crunch cereal, sugar, and so on. It's not good. Bulk responsibly.
If you look it up, there's like the protein grading scale. I'm going to try to remember and put it like right here on this side of the screen. You know, way up here. That's where you're going to see your fucking A students.
Love how you didn't include the protein thing at 5 minutes and 30, so now you're just pointing at the air yapping. And so right here, it's going to be a protein grading scale. The best proteins here and the worst proteins there. You want to have your meat sources here, followed up by this, and last but not least, your vegetables. I'm yapping, pointing at nothingness.
Half a pound of ground beef. And then to counteract the dryness effect of certain kind of foods like this, I just fucking douse the thing in sugar-free ketchup and then 1 slice of American cheese.
And so if your food is too dry, Sam suggests you have a sugar-free ketchup. Remember, low-calorie condiments can make your foods more delicious than last time. But please be careful if you're putting on too many sauces. If you're using salad dressings and full-fat sugars, barbecue sauces, and so on, the calories can add up higher than last time. And so although he's bulking, he still doesn't suggest you have all those high-calorie condiments that are full of sugar.
But if you're in the 2-3 liter mark, like on a consistent basis, I wouldn't freak out about not getting your, or about getting too much salt in.
And so Sam is saying you don't need to worry too much about having sodium. If you're an active guy, for example, Sam Sulek, he's training hard in the gym, he's doing cardio, you're drinking liters upon liters of water a day, you're going to be sweating out a lot of that sodium. And the sodium does in fact help you to get a pump. And so unless you're unhealthy, your doctor tells you should be concerned with your sodium, it's okay to have salt in your diet.
Carved up, very ready to lift. And honestly, I don't even need that much.
And honestly, I don't ever eat that much. As he eats scoop after scoop of cereal on 5,000 plus calorie bulks, but I don't eat much. If Sam Sulek doesn't eat very much, then the rest of us don't eat nothing. I have negative calories just like Ronnie Coleman had negative body fat percentage.
When I had the 3.33 was dipped underwater.
Wow.
It was negative numbers. It was -2.
Even just 150 and like a big breakfast, and then had to lift like 2-3 hours later, that'd be all right.
And so Sam is saying, look, even if I only had 150 grams of carbs, I could still have a normal workout. Well, of course he could. Sam goes on bulks and he goes on cuts and he lifts weights and he's always doing great. Remember what I said? That you can maintain. You don't need to eat 5,000 plus calories a day in order to put on muscle. And so, yeah, if he ate only 150 grams of carbs, it's 600 calories worth of carbs, he's still going to have a great workout.
I want to start a bulking phase. All right, let's eat 5,000 calories every day. Boom. Off the rip. But then after 2.5 months of eating that much, trying to eat in excess so that I could continue that weight gain projection, it just wouldn't happen.
And so what can we learn from this? Progressive overload your bulk. You don't go from 3,000 calories to suddenly 5,000 calories and hold it there. You go from 3,000 to perhaps 3,500. Then when you eat more, you can go to 4,000, then 4,500, and finally 5,000. There's no point in overdoing a bulk. 2,000 calorie bulk all at once. Sam is saying it's not good. He did the research, he plotted, he used to make these mistakes. And so please, smaller bulks than last time.
One thing that's been consistent over this bulk and the last one was I've been eating slowly and increasing my calorie intake over time.
Exactly. He's slowly increasing his calories over time. He's having healthier bulks, more cream of wheat and so on. He's not on the diabolical, high calorie, high sugar, crazy diet that he used to follow. He's more methodical, he's doing it smarter and safer than last
I
time.
just came off of like 2,500, 3,000 calories from my dieting phase. It's probably not going to do me any good to put myself in a 2,000 calorie jump.
So notice that he was eating 2,500 to 3,000 calories a day. Why jump up to 5,000? Didn't need it. He slowly progressive overloaded the bulk. Exactly what I've been saying.
If I were to eat 10,000 calories tomorrow, however many thousand calories of those I can actually use for, muscle recovery and building, anything above that, what does your body do with stored energy? I'm just putting on fat.
And so remember, if you bulk too much, the rest of the calories, you're just turning to fat. And so what good is that? Sam Sulek is not trying to bulk up to become big and fat. And notice his body fat, it's always below 15%. And so if you're trying to copy him and you're already fat, the bulk needs to stop.
Let's see somebody legitimately say, Sam, you can gain 2 pounds a month, main gaining. I've tried it indefinitely for the rest of your life.
You can't gain 2 pounds of muscle a month for life no matter what you do, whether you're main gaining, bulking, cutting. No way can you do it. And remember, when I say the main gain, I mean at a healthy body weight for you. And so Sam, notice Derek Lunsford, Chris Bumstead, none of these guys are getting fat in the offseason. Everyone's saying, no, they're pushing so much food. They're bulking up beyond what's comfortable. They're not. They're very lean in the offseason. And so you can, in fact, build just as much muscle year after year without putting your body through so much stress, trying to force feed and so on. You don't need to go to, for example, 20% body fat or even 15% to put on all the muscle that you need.
I feel like I'm on a 60-40, maybe more like a 70-30 kind of split in terms of my calorie intake.
And so Sam is saying 70% it's all going to be healthy, then 30% it's going to be a little bit of junk. So I see nothing wrong with that. So long as you're doing your cardio and you're burning off those extra calories, you're not becoming obese, that is all that you need.
Do the bulk that lets you gain weight. If sitting in front of a baked potato with some sour cream and then a half pound of ground beef 7 times a day is your thing, that's fucking sweet.
And so Sam is saying, do what works for you. Whatever meals you can get down that makes you feel comfortable, do that. But remember to take your time. Don't bulk too hard at the start. Don't think that you need to go on a 1,000 or 2,000 calorie bulk. And so just eat enough so that you're putting on muscle but not getting fat at the same time.
I'm eating like more food than my body needs, so that means it's going to have excess energy to overcompensate muscularly. Plus, putting on a little bit of body fat, it's just the nature of things.
And so what I'm telling to Sam is that if you bulk up and you gain a lot of body fat, you're eventually going to have to go on a cut. And when you're cutting, you're in a deficit. And so rather than thinking you need to bulk and cut all the time, where your body fat goes up and down, where you put on muscle, and then you go on a cut and you don't put on muscle, why not just always put on muscle? When you keep your body fat the same and you're main gaining, your calorie surplus is perhaps 30, 50. Hardly anything. Nothing you can track. And so how do you know you're actually doing what you're supposed to? You simply check your median weight, and perhaps it goes up 1 pound every couple of months. You look in the mirror and you're like, yep, I like the way I look, and you keep going. Now, suddenly, if the scale keeps going down, you have time to eat more. But if the scale is going up, you keep doing what you're doing.
I'm kind of part of the problem here because I keep hyping up the 200-pounder kind of thing. But I mean 200-pounder lean.
And so Sam says, look, I see a lot of people, they're eating the calories that I'm doing, but they're getting really fat. They're eating all the junk foods. They're eating too many calories, and they end up fat. He doesn't encourage that. And if you look at Sam, clearly what he's doing is working. And so it works for him. He doesn't look like he's gained a lot of body fat. And so keep doing what you're doing. And of course, the majority of you are watching this video and you're in the comment section and saying, Greg is hating on Sam Sulek. All I'm doing is trying to give you quality, sound advice for most people. Most people can't eat 5,000 calories a day because if they do, they'll get big and fat, not big and muscular.
You got to think, I've had the most experience out of at least a few characters of trying to bulk up on just pure like sweets and everything else. It just doesn't work.
And so notice, quote, I've tried to bulk up on just sweets and stuff and it doesn't work. End quote. Sam Sulek, not a fan of bulking on just junk.
And you could get away with 1,600 calories of like a pack of Krispy Kreme, half a pound of steak every meal. If that all added up to 1,600 calories, nobody's going to do that because it's just not filling.
And so notice Sam says, hey, you could lose weight eating 1,600 calories a day of just Krispy Kreme donuts and steak. But it's not going to feel good. You're going to be hungry. You need to eat healthier food so that you feel satiated. That is why so many people are successful with my cookbook. It's low-calorie, voluminous meals for the big eater. The foods taste amazing. They're all your favorite foods that you've been eating for years, only made with approximately half of the calories. And so you quite literally can make your cake and eat it too. Code Greg, 15% off. Click the link in the description.
A 500 calorie meal that actually makes you like insanely full dieting wise, if you know what I'm talking about there, that's legit. That's nothing to scoff at.
Which is exactly why my cookbook works. Those 500 calorie recipes that are filling truly are amazing. Code Greg, 15% off.
240 was the beginning weight. Now at just about, let's just say 265. 2.25 pounds a week. That's pretty much exactly what I'm aiming for.
And so Sam in the last 11 weeks has gone from 240 pounds to 265. He's gaining over 2 pounds a week. That is a lot.
If I was gaining any more weight than that, I'd probably just going to be getting a little bit softer to the point where it's I'm getting more fat than muscle.
Now, I'm going to have to speak about the elephant in the room. He's not natural. Oh my God, are you a hater? No. But I'm telling you, he didn't put on 25 pounds in those 11 weeks while being 100% natural. And so if you are in fact natural, please don't try to gain 25 pounds in a matter of 11 weeks. Because if you do, almost all of it, that's right, almost all, is going to be body
Let's say in 2 months, somehow my weight is going to fucking completely stagnate for 2 weeks straight. Fuck. I've been 273 for the last 2 weeks. Damn it, what can I change here?
And so here's the thing, Sam. One thing you may not know at this point, you're still very young, is that the drugs can only last for so long. If you do the same cycle and you do it for months and months and months on end, eventually the weight's going to start to slow down. Your androgen receptors, they can only put on muscle at that dose for so long. And so eventually your weight may in fact hit a sticking point, and unless you up the dose, you're not going to keep putting on muscle. And so at that point, it may in fact be time to cycle off. It's not just about bulking and cutting, it's also about cycling on and cycling off. And I know many people don't want to hear this, but to put on that much muscle, you're not doing it while being natural.
That'll put me in a perfectly flat 5,000. Then I can go to bed and have myself some bulking dreams. But yeah.
And so he's yawning harder than last time. Now he's burping harder than this last time. He's on the road to 280. He's 264 pounds. I have no doubt that he's going to do it. But remember, Sam is not natural. 280 pounds lean, it's not normal for most human beings. And so if you're copying his diet, realize this, you're just going to get fat. 99% of people can't go on a 5,000 calorie bulk and put on the majority of it being muscle. Looking to stay 100% natural and not use or abuse performance enhancing drugs, consider my top 2 selling supplements, Turk Builder and GO2 Max. More energy, going to train harder in the gym. Code Greg, 15% off. And let me remind you about the money back guarantee. If it's not working for you, you can get your money back. And so consider HDLT supplements faster and harder than last time. What other company is doing that? Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video if you in fact liked it. Watch one of those 2 bloops. The cookbooks, the Circle Diet book, the training books. You can get all these books as well as my clothing line on my website. All the harder than last time supplements, you can get it on the website as well as the free diet and training program. Did you know I had a free program? It's close to 50 pages. And so if you're looking for something free, get over to my website, join the 300,000 plus newsletter subscribers. And until next time, I am out.